So I'm watching Shaughnessy Schroeder. I just discovered her. Isn't she the cutest? This is good. Like, all right. Let's get something perfectly clear here, okay? Back in my day, and yeah, I know that was a long time ago. I'm older. I get it, okay? It's not a curse. It's not an illness. I mean, you do suffer a little bit more from aches and pains, but that's beside the point because that's not what this is about. Being older, it's just I've been here longer, okay? Doesn't make me better than you, doesn't make you better than me. Doesn't mean you have to listen to me, but I mean, I have been around the block. I would probably listen to the person who's been here longer and who has a little more wisdom. Just saying. But yes, I am older. I acknowledge that. But I have a bone to pick with this whole booktube, book talk, book world right now. Everybody's reading. You guys are just so smart. In all seriousness, I think it's wonderful that you're reading. I'm watching Shaughnessy Schroeder. Her friend is reading for the first time. These ladies look to be in their 20s, and she's going to Barnes and Noble for the first time, and she read 8 books last month. And as somebody who has been like an avid reader her whole entire life, I would just like to say that if this were 1980 anything, we would all be getting bullied because it was not cool or cute or even remotely on trend to read. It just was not. I got teased for always having my face in a book. You're such a bookworm. She's always reading. Like, you would swear I was doing crack, which a lot of people did back in the 80s, by the way. You would swear I was like doing something so illegal or something just so terrible. And all I was doing was reading books, y'all. Well, you know how we love to say two things can be true at once? Two things are definitely true for me. I am simultaneously elated and simultaneously pissed that so many people now are reading and enjoying it. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful world. I wish more people would actually read. I wish everybody would read at least the stuff that you're supposed to read, you know. And I wish that people would read with comprehension because that would be kind of nice too. If more people actually did read, I feel like the world would be a better place. But I'm also a little pissed. I'm also pissed because I had to be 52 years old before it became cool to read. Okay, I know it's been cool for a while now, but it took until I was 52 to realize that people are actually reading now and enjoying it. And I just want to know, like, what took so long? You know? What took so long? Now that I'm back into reading and a whole new world has opened up, it's like, wow. Like, what if it were like this when I was younger? I would have kept reading all along. I never stopped reading, but I kind of grew out of having my face in a book all the time, because if you thought you got teased as a kid, just imagine what would happen as an adult. Plus, I had kids and a husband and all that, and I had to actually do life. So I didn't always have time to read. But I make time now, and that's the difference. So I'm actually really excited to be here amongst the literary connoisseurs in the world today. And I can't wait to read more books next year. I definitely read more books this year than I did last year. And by far, I think I read like 3 books last year. Like last year was a bad reading year for me. And I already have exceeded that. I don't know. I do have a 23 goal. And I'm not sure if I'm going to make that goal, but it's never been about the goal or the quantity of books for me, because if I'm reading a book and it's a good book and I'm really into it, I will slow down and take my time. It took me a few months to read The Secret History, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, I'm glad that I took my time and read that book. And there are actually parts of that book that I will probably reread. So I must have really liked the book because I'm not a big rereader. And there are actually a couple books that are on my reread list now. Reread list. Sounds weird to say. So I'll be making a video about that at some point. But anyway, I'm glad to see so many people joining the reading world and actually exploring books and actually appreciating books in whatever form. I'm also glad to be a part of that world too. So look for more videos on this channel. It's been slow going. I haven't posted much here, but one of my goals for 2024 is to post more on this channel. So we'll see how that goes. I definitely have more to talk about. So having said that, if you want to see more videos from an old chick, from the 80s, the 70s, and the 80s, and the 90s, go ahead and click the subscribe button and, like this video. If you like it, leave me a comment and tell me, what were your reading goals for this year, or just tell me hi, whatever. Or tell me, did you ever get teased for reading books? But yeah, so I'm going to end this video with my 10 till the end, which if I read 10 books, that will make me reach my reading goal for 2023. So I'll show you my 10 till the end. I probably won't read most of them, but this is kind of what I'm looking at to try to finish out 2023, which, like, I have less than 3 weeks to do, and I read really slow, so it could happen or it won't. Either way, I'll still be reading. All right, you guys, 10 books till the end of 2023. Ironically, as of today, that would actually make me reach my reading goal. I literally need to read 10 books in order to have 23 by the end of 2023. I'm not going to be pessimistic, but it took me 2 weeks to read one little book, so... And that's because I got a lot going on, not because, I'm that slow a reader. I mean, I am a slow reader, but it's because I got a lot going on. And I don't really know if these 10 that I'm going to show you will be the 10. They're just kind of what I have around right now. There's a couple of books that if I start reading them, I could probably get through pretty quickly. I don't want to do just tiny books. I know I can't do children's books. Do coffee table books count though? Because I actually read those a lot. Anyway, I'm going to show you some books that I think will get me to the end. I might actually make my reading goal, but if I don't, then I don't. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Okay, so this book, I think I have like 100 pages left. I think I might take this one with me today and see if I can't make a dent in it. Because I'm almost finished with this book. Let's see. It is 476 pages. Okay, a little more than 100. And I'm somewhere in here, y'all. I might even be a little further along. I started it last year and got like almost halfway through the book and then just put it down. In theory, I should reread it, but I have picked it back up since last May. I picked it up, I'm wanting to say in October. And I picked right back up where I left off. So I think I could just pick right back up, and once I pick back up and remember what I was reading about. But part of the reason why I stopped it is because I was reading a paperback copy and the writing was so small. The print was so small. And I was like getting headaches and stuff trying to read this book. So I put it away with the intent of getting this one with the larger print. I mean, and this print is huge, but so what, right? As long as you can read the words. And it did take me a while to get this copy. And so once I got it, it kind of just sat there. But I'm in like the 200 and over 50, I think, range. So I could, in theory, finish this by the end of the year. So that's one. I have another book that I got like 100 pages left. that it's not here right now, so I'll show you here in a minute. When I was reading Circling the Drain, well, after I finished reading Circling the Drain this morning, ironically, I went on to Goodreads and I wanted to know more about the author and see what people rated it. And I mentioned that in the last video when I was talking about Circling the Drain. This book, when I scrolled down looking at the reviews, this popped up as a recommended book. And ironically, I just bought this book. So I may consider this one. It looks juicy. Like, it looks really juicy. It looks like something that I could really get into. It might be a little messy. So because it's messy, you know, you tend to read messy books faster. But there is the synopsis pretty much. An iconoclast artist, writer falls dead in her office. Her widow, who just goes by her initials, decides to finish writing the biography, or decides to write a biography about her. Yeah. And apparently, like, it gets into some stuff. Like, apparently it's pretty good. So, I don't know. I might try this. But it's also a pretty thick book to try to get through by the end of the year. I don't know. It's 300 pages. 400 pages. It's got pictures. Like, I don't know. There's some pages that just have no words. I don't know. I might be able to get through this, y'all. Let's put this as number 2. We shall see. Read this. This is a short book. I don't think it will take me very long. It just looks like one of those that I could kind of breeze through just while sitting and watching television. Yes, I read and watch television at the same time. I'm an 80s kid. Don't judge me. Reading this, it actually started off pretty good. I love Asian literature. Like, I'm obsessed with it. And I think most of the books that I have read in the last 2 years, which is not a lot of books, and books that I have bought are from Asian authors because I love Asian literature. Severance by Ling Ma I really enjoyed, and I just realized that she has another book called Moments of Bliss, Highlights of Bliss, something about bliss, that I just discovered that she had. And I was reading the synopsis on that, and it looks really good. So I think I'm going to get that one, and that will be 5. And then I'm going to try to finish this one, which is about a May-December romance. And it starts off pretty good. Like, it goes along pretty fast. At the time that I started reading this, I was reading other things as well. This may be 6. I've actually already read 4 chapters into this book, but it's really 8 chapters into the book because this book has dual timelines. And so you have 2, for every chapter, it's actually 2 chapters. It's a what if this happened or what if this didn't happen type thing. It's very good, but I stopped reading it honestly because it made me sad. I had to put it down because it was making me really sad. But I might be able to pick it up. We shall see. I mean, with all of these, I might be able to pick them up. I might not. So bear with me. I thumbed through The Strange Library by Haruki Murakami. This is a very interesting book because it's like a book, but also art. And I think that I really can get through this one. So far, I started reading it, and it's very intriguing. It's very different. I've never read anything like it, so I kind of want to give it a try. I found this book when I was going through old books. I also found Circling the Drain. I know I'm not going to get through this one. It's just got too much stuff. I won't get through this one by December. I will put this aside. In fact, this is probably something that I will read like a little bit at a time sometimes, you know, when I think about it. Another nonfiction book, Deluxe, which apparently I beat up. This is about the luxury industry. I know I'm not going to get through that one. So what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 books if you count the Bliss book by Ling Ma. So right now we have 7 books. I'll go see if I can find 3 more that are actually feasible. Because what I have here, the other books that I have here, they're not feasible. I might tuck into Barbra Streisand's autobiography. In my reading room, guys, this is actually the room, one of the guest rooms that I'm going to set up as my reading room. And this is the daybed slash area where I will sit here and sip coffee and tea and read. And then I'm going to put Billy bookshelves on the walls. These are the bookshelves that have still not gone up. Yeah. So this is going to be the reading room. I got a little mini fridge that I could put like cold drinks in. You know, it's totally a work in progress, you guys, but this is it. So I will definitely be documenting this. But yeah, Barbara Streisand's memoir. But the thing is, I know I could probably get through this pretty quickly, but this is a big old thick book, y'all. Like Barbara really is out here writing 1,000-page books. Barbara really wrote 1,000 pages. I mean, I guess, you know, when you've lived a life like she has. Okay, who am I kidding? I am not getting through 966 pages by the end of this year. I probably will start this, though. Yeah, I lied. I'm not going to read that. Let's see. I really want to get into this one, building a memoir. It just looks so good. And because I'm an artist and a designer, I feel like this might be cool. You know, I might add this to the list because when I picked this one up, I was really fascinated by it. So I might add this one to the list. And then I have Madison Beer, the half of it. I probably could fly through that too. And I have Sylvia Plath's The Bell Jar. I don't know if I can fly through that one. Let me grab these three. Barbara, I'm going to have to put you on hold, honey. And I know that book was 1,000 pages. What? Thing is, I have a hard time reading like fluffy fiction. I'm not really a romance reader. So I can't just read something that's just like, oh, that's so cute. I mean, I can, but I have to be in the mood for that. Like, I like things that like enrich my mind. So let's see. We have these three. And this one I was actually planning on reading soon as I finish the last book on the list that I still have to show you guys. Don't let me forget. And the 11th book, which really only counts as 10 books because I've read half of it and I've already read half of Project Hail Mary. So this would put us at 10 books technically. 8, Everything, Nothing, 9, Someone by Alice Carriere, which is actually really good, you guys. It's a really good biography. Some of it is a little out there. This girl's upbringing, wow. But the way that she writes, like, I'm just really all in for her writing because it is, I can't explain it right now. I did make notes on it on the first half, and maybe I will make that a separate video. But she has a way with words, and part of that is because of her mental illness, but I'm here for it all. She's so theatrical, and at the same time, like, the way that she writes things. I want my authors to be theatrical at this point. Delusions of Grandeur just makes for such good writing. Honorable mention, if I have time, I will get into this book because, again, it just looks like one of those books that's going to make me feel good in the end and is easy to read. I definitely think I should overshoot and give myself some options. So this may just be book number 11, just in case. And then this book, which is an older book that I've had for a long time, I think that I want to maybe possibly start this one. If I don't start this one, though, or read this one as one of the 10 till the end, it will definitely be one that I plan on picking up in 2024. Both of these. 2024 for sure. I did not properly end my 10 before 10 video, so this is me ending the video now. I look shiny. What is going on? Is this like glass skin? What is happening? Anyway, yeah. So join me because I'm going to attempt to read those books and try to reach my reading goal. But if not, we'll still have some cool books to talk about because I have commentary on everything, honey.